Top of the top. It's your boy Money Mega, man, from KDR Kennels, man. What's going on with you guys tonight, man? Want to tap in with you guys again tonight, man. And I want to finish off where I left off last night, man, when we was talking about the PG test. Because the PG test is so important. I don't even cause, and I'm gonna give y'all I'm gonna always give y'all one of my experiences, man, good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? I have to keep it 1,000 with y'all. I can't. You know what I'm saying? PG testing. Let's go there on that. Now, quick little back insight on me. Like I said, I've been in the game 7 years now. Student. Before the 7 years though, I'm gonna go back probably 10 years before that, 15 years, 20 years before that, because I was about 19 or something like that. My mom had a dog. I bet your father anyway. It was a mutt. It was supposed to be a pit, but it had kind of long hair. You know how it was back in the days. I'm 42, so we talking about 99. Those of you who know 99, y'all know what it was. I took the dog out one day, and we knew she was bleeding, but nobody knew nothing about no fucking breathing and none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? We just knew the bitch was bleeding or whatever. So I took that, that was kind of like my little bitch. I took her out one day. A friend of mine's had a boy dog named Tiger. So Tiger, we left them in the grass. They playing and shit. Tiger humping. Then he start humping real fast. Boom. Next thing you know, they stuck. So I'm just giving y'all this little story to let y'all know that this is where I came. This is the era I came from. And it wasn't that I was breeding, because even when they got stuck, I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I just know 60 days later, I had dogs. You know what I'm saying? We had a litter, and that's where I got my first dog. Now, I just gave y'all that just to let y'all know where I came from. So fast forward to now, to 16, where now, so I'm going to say from 16 all the way up to 20. I didn't have my first breeding till 2020. July, if I'm not mistaken. I had my actual first litter. So that I tell you, them 5 years was heartache and lessons. Them other 5 bullies I got, if you go back and you look on the pictures, all of those bullies, those was lessons. Those was lessons well learned. I'm gonna say that. So fast forward to now, the PG testing. Again, none of that wasn't taken about. So in 20, when I did do my first breeding with my boy, shout out to Justin. We didn't do no PG test. She came in heat. You know what I'm saying? I told the nigga she was in heat. I still didn't know how to count. I didn't know how to count my bitch days from, you know what I mean, from the day she stopped bleeding. I still didn't know none of that, right? I just knew that she was in heat. And because after them 5 bullies, I kind of said, fuck the whole bully shit. But the Frenchie is what I kept. Because she was, when I started realizing what the game was, is when I made that $10,000 purchase, is when I went and bought her. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I started realizing, but I still was in the dark. All right, fast forward to now. So now, we do the breeding. I go to bully zone. Of course, do the C-section. I happen to catch her because, like I said, this is 2020. So if y'all know, this is when the pandemic hit. So it was hard to get to fucking a breeder. It was hard to get to the hospitals and shit like that. I finally got to a hold of a friend of mine's, one of the ladies that I actually walked through this whole process with buying her dog. This lady got 5 dogs now, man, breeding her ass off. She doing better than me. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. That's another story. So she wound up getting me the number, the Bully Zone. Long story short, I call Bully Zone, I go up there, I make the appointment. So I make the appointment now. This is where I get into the PG shit. And I was lucky this time. This breeding I'm talking about, I was lucky. Because when I went up there, I had the days all mixed up. I don't know why the fuck I thought 63 days was 3 months. You guys can laugh at me or you want, I don't care, but for some weird reason. So when I went up there, when I went to Jersey, the Bully Zone, and made the appointment, I made the fucking appointment for the next month. The bitch started motherfucking going in, the bitch went in labor 2 days later. I wake up in the morning, I go in there, where she had in her bed, she nested. She panting. I know this much. I done been paying attention now, so I know. I take up the temperature. She's at 99. She's shivering. She having contractions. I call Bully Zone up. For y'all that know, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay that extra money. Whatever. Get there. Boom. Take her in. She had a C-section. Everything was good. I wound up only with 1 puppy, but you know what I mean? She only had 2 puppies, and I wound up with fucking 1 left. So, all right, I was lucky with that. Cause see, if I would have did the PG that day I went, I would have knew that. Oh no, she gonna be doing a couple days. So now fast forward to why. All right, let me see. So, because I don't want to lose y'all. Now, the next breeding, I did about 7 AIs. This is the tricky thing. This is what y'all got to watch. And I'm going to get into that for y'all too. I did about 7 AIs. Now, mind you, this is my second breeding. Follow me. This is my second breeding. The first one I got off, I thought everything was good. I ain't think, no PGs. Y'all ain't hear me say nothing about me having to do no PGs, none of that shit, right? Excuse my language. Second go around, now this is when I took her to the trial Merle. I wanted that to happen. Did 7 AIs. Lost the whole fucking due date. Nobody know when the due date is. So day 63, I'm thinking, oh, it's day 63. Y'all pay attention. All right? When you do more than fucking 3 AIs, you know what I'm saying? You make sure you do, 3 AIs is all that you need. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be your guy for it too if you local. 3 AIs is all you need. You know what I'm saying? 1 every other day. Anything past that, you have to make sure that every time, you know, when it comes day 58, start taking the temperature. Go do a reverse pedestrian. Once the temperature is at 90, at 99, go do a reverse pedestrian. Make sure that you got the hospital on call ready for you. Make sure that you know what I'm saying? In fact, book a couple dates. I just did it. Book a couple dates of that week. Just in case. I'm just giving y'all, because what happened when I didn't do it, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this day 63, I went in and Marco, shout out to you. Nigga who did my shit, who do my C-sections. He said, yo man, you sure you ain't no blood work? You sure she ready? And he ain't do that the first time. Sure enough. 4 puppies, man. 2 Merles, 2 tries. Dead. Half leather, half suede. So what happens is when you do all of these, when you do all of them AIs, it's a dog that's getting born from each. It's a dog that's getting born from each one of them. You cannot pass the pedestrian. You cannot pass. I repeat, you must take the pedestrian. Now, I'm gonna get off of that subject, right? And I'm gonna go to how to save yourself. You know what? I'm gonna leave that for another one because I want to really explain that to y'all. How to not get got. And shout out to everybody that's doing that because I'm not that you know, you gotta go to the clinic, you gotta get your shit done and you wanna make it right. But if you're a real breeder, you really paying attention. Unless you got a big operation and you can't pay attention to all your dogs. And if that's the case, then you're gonna need them pedestrians on hand because you always want to know. That's gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying, when what you don't know. But if you know your bitch and you know her cycle, just in case, let's say you don't got a wee pad and you didn't catch your first day she started bleeding, then yes, go do a PG. But if you got a wee pad down there and you caught the first day she started bleeding, then you should know after 10 days from then. Day 11 is one of your biggest days. Day 11 to day 15. Some people say 20. You know what I mean? Everybody got their different. I always, for my priors, you know what I'm saying? Day 10 through day 15. I always go from day 11 up. You know what I'm saying? And thanks the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I ain't miss one. A little died, but I ain't miss it. You know, as far as catching, you know, her on time. And that litter was 5 puppies. I lost 2 litters, by the way, guys. You understand what I'm saying? And the second one was the same thing. Not the same thing, but it was the same thing because that's another thing I want to touch on. And I don't want to rub nobody wrong because it's honest mistakes. You know, everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You could tell me a date and my bitch, because this time what happened was my bitch really held back for a week. Like sometimes they'll get pregnant and hold that shit back for a week and then, you know what I mean? So when day 63 come up and you know the due date you got which your AI person gave you, you know what I'm saying? Again, back to the PG shit. Just because it's day 63 don't mean all them dogs is ready to come out. And if all them dogs ain't ready to come out, when you open that dog up, you are gonna kill that litter. From my experience. And that's what happened the second time. So the PG guys, the PG is important. As far as you doing 1,000 PGs before you do a breeding, learn your bitch. Make sure you got, listen to what I'm saying, make sure you got paper under there. If you just coming up and you ain't got a bunch of dogs and you can pay attention, because you know that only time you got to do that PG when going to get the bitch pregnant is if you miss the first or the second day and you don't know when the fuck she started bleeding. But if you know the first day she started bleeding, you know what day 10 is, and you should be able to count to 15. You see what I'm saying? You should be able to make that shit happen by then. Even day 10 you can do it. She ovulating at the highest. Alright? You don't gotta do no PGs, but you will have to do it when it's time to give birth. So yeah, you can, you know what I'm saying? As long as you count them days, you know your bitch, you can skip that shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got your dates, mean everything. Don't play. The minute you don't fucking, your date ain't adding up, or I got pine shaving in my dog drop cages because they fucking keep pulling the fucking the blue things out of it. So I missed the first date. I went and did a PG real fast. She was at a 1 and a 9. You know what I'm saying? It just let me know that you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool, I'm on point. I did exactly what I'm telling y'all. I got a pregnant bitch, thanks to the Lord. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Another one, man, from me to y'all, man. True, man. Peace and love, man. Until the next one.